It's going over here. I just turned it on. Oh, hello. It is 9 a.m. and 34 seconds here in Los Angeles. It's Thursday, the 6th of November, AD 2025, and you are welcome to call in if you're catching me live. If you ever have that hankering to call in to Hake, H-A-K-E, by calling 1-888-775-3773. See right there, H-A-K-E. But you can call me Hank. Hey, look, a paraglider thingy guy. Awesome. Very nice. That's just a desktop, though. Info may be false here on the Hake report, so don't take it too seriously. Sometimes I'm joking around and you don't pick up on it, or I'm saying something true and deep. And if I do say so myself, and you think I'm joking. So never believe your thoughts or interpretations, or don't believe Hake, don't believe yourself, etc., etc., etc. Info may be false. The views and attitudes, sometimes there's like an attitude adjustment needed, right? Do not represent. I don't even represent myself, at least not very well. And nor do callers or super chatters or these news reports, so-called news, you know? It's just all for general info, which is to say potentially false info. Hopefully that wasn't something bad. And entertainment, not the most entertaining, right? It's not like I'm Jewish or black, despite some accusations. General info and entertainment only. So relax. Hello to Rex, Gregatron. You guys, did I get raided from JLP? I think it probably did, right? Here, let me find out. I can just check right here. Oh yeah, don't miss out. People are going to watch Hake. Nice. I believe I got the stream rated from the Jesse Lee Peterson show. Thank you, Pastor Shadowley. I think you the one did it. Anybody who is a mod over there on the Jesse Lee Peterson show can type /raid. The /, I guess they call it. Just call it /, you know. RAID and then space, and then type in the URL to my Rumble video particular episode. Nice, huh? From one beach to another. San Onofre to Manhattan Beach. The Hake Report. Hello to Jules and others. I'm live on BitChute. Did you know? If you go to bitchute.com, you may see me. Good morning to Jim in Alaska, sir. Nice to see you. I appreciate your input and support over there on Punchie.tv and valuable feedback. We're going to have a fun, loosey-goosey, the Hake Report. Oh, what in the world? Here, let me just double check something. EJB. Let's find out if I have that correct. EJB. And then we'll get going here, okay? Yep, EJB. Nice. So, look it up. I encourage you, if you so please, come visit Bond. We have the men's forum is tonight, you know. That's the first Thursday of the month if you're a male, right? And of course, if you're a female, the third Thursday of the month is typically the women's forum, unless it's canceled, but it isn't usually canceled. Okay, so you can check out rebuildingtheman.com/events, all right? But, yeah, the 6th of November, 2025 AD, it's cool. and then you can stay for church. All right? So come to LA. Just because we have a black female mayoress who's not an honest person, and just because we have Gavin Newsom's mess and the homeless mess doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy LA. Look at this. Manhattan Beach. Very beautiful. Very nice. Watch out, though, because there could be like bacteria and seals sick and dying and stuff like that. But hey, and don't step on broken glass. But still, so keep your wits about you, okay? Come at your own risk. Don't blame me if you get hurt. But be smart about it, right? Be smart about it, and we'll have fun. So anyway, guys, the lines are filling up, and there were some super chats that I don't even think I got to. Yeah, because I ran out of time, and I wasn't even aware of it. So let's just get right on with the show.
1, 2,
Nice.
3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. I got my I disavow t-shirt on. My monkey's looking a little pale over here, huh? My little monkey emoji on my t-shirt with a size large. Does it fit well? Or do I need to grow into it and get even more yoked than I already am? But if you go to hake.printify.me, you can get yours, all right? I do appreciate it. Or if you just want to support Hake, but you're not a t-shirt type of a person, you're a grown adult with grown adult tastes, you're a grown man or a woman, you can get your mug or a sticker. I'm not a child. I didn't get my I voted sticker, okay? I refused to get my I voted sticker because I'm not a child. They treat us like we're children. I feel like I went to school, like elementary or junior high school, where these female teachers baby us. You notice that? Did you notice that? Did you ever? These people running these elections, at least in LA area, and then the people who come to these elections, basically just a mess. They treat you like you're children. It's ridiculous. But anyway, you can get your Hake sticker, hake.printify.me. Or you can go to jesseleepeterson.shop and get your JLP swag. It's cool. Nice. All right, so how is this background looking? Is it looking better? It's still looking a bit like yellow-orange. I'm not sure. Maybe it's all right. No, it's still definitely distinctly yellowish. Maybe I should bring a little bit of blue back. I don't know. I'm adjusting the color curves and things. Whatever. You guys don't care. And I don't blame you. So, I want to get to Hayden in Texas, who's on the line over here. Hayden, thank you for calling and holding, sir. How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, Hake?
It's going well, sir. Thank you.
Good. This wasn't the reason I called in, but your brother didn't sound like your brother yesterday, did he?
Right. He turned into a black mindset person. He even acted like Fox News divided America. You're referring to Ronnie in Ohio. He said that Fox News divided America, that Obama couldn't help being born black, as if he was born a liar, deceiver, hater of white people, and hater of America, and hater of freedom in the world. Crazy.
You're exactly right. I really hope that puts to rest, not for you, but like for people watching or that have listened in over the past months or years or however long he's been calling in, that he took his Ronnie from Ohio mask off, and that was bald man, whatever his name is, that spews his nastiness in the chat. He finally showed us. He finally showed us who he really is yesterday, and I really hope that the everyone that listens in or watches sees that, because people like me have been calling that out for the longest time. That he, all that peace stuff that he used to advocate for, forming a more perfect union and all that garbage, it was all trash. And who would have thought you comparing Obama to Mamdani would have gotten them all worked up like that?
Oh,
a communist.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know where he stands on the Mamdani question, but he is all in with Obama. He's all in with same-sex marriage.
Yep.
That was shocking to me. It was interesting to me. And he's all in with like, oh, an Age of Inversion says Obama was born that way, right? I mean, he was born into a mother who hates her fellow white Americans, and God knows who his father is, what his father was really like, or if he, what his father figures or whatever you want to call them were. Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he showed us that he has low impulse control, just like the rest of them. So he's no different, like he wants to portray himself as. So
I didn't realize how black his mindset was. I knew that it was like a black mindset because I've seen him refer to people as C words or uncle or dancing or whatever, tap dancing and stuff like that. These different black vernacular things for used against blacks who love white people or whatever, or don't sufficiently hate white people or whatever. I've seen him use that for those phrases, but it was interesting to me when he said about Obama not dividing America. Fox News divided America. That was shocking. That was interesting.
Yep, that's how he is. That's how he is in the chat. But he, for whatever reason, didn't want to show that side of him until yesterday. I'm glad he did, but we can move on though.
Okay.
I don't want to spend too much time on him. So, New York now has a communist mayor. New Jersey won their governor, like the liberals did. They won their governorship in New Jersey, Virginia as well, and then Prop 50 went through in California. Do you think this is the end of MAGA, as the rotten Democrats say right now?
No, and you know why? Because Trump is not moved by that.
Exactly right.
I was bothered by it. I can admit.
You were?
I was bothered by these elections. Not that I expected any different, but it bothered me. It reminded me of back when Obama won his re-election, or when Obama won, his re-election, or when just in general when evil, quote unquote, wins.
Right.
Because they're not really winning. They're not really winning, but they think that they're winning, but they're not.
Well,
but Trump knows, Trump sees through it, and he's still the president, and they're not. So
he's still your king.
Yeah, Trump is
not yours, the Democrats.
Trump is unmoved by any setback. You'll notice, like, he just keeps on chugging. The government is shut down, but he's still doing his work, and he's having the different divisions of the government, if you will, departments, doing their work.
Right.
So that's awesome. And so whatever happens in this, whatever happens, it's not that big of a deal, as I heard Anchor Baby say that Trump said, which is true.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe he did say that. But I think the reason why the Democrats are pumping this up so much is because they know what they're in for as far as the party goes, and they realize that they're not going to be winning big time anytime soon. Again, so these were in liberal states. Trump never won these states the 3 times he ran for president. The first factor. So 2016, 2020, 2024, he never won Virginia, New Jersey, New York, or whatever happened in California with the Prop 50 thing. He never won those states.
Right.
So, and I've been watching. So this guy that I'm not going to say his name. It's on YouTube, but this guy, he has been predicting election results and all this stuff for some time now, and he got every single swing state, every single state right in 2024 as far as like who would win and by how much or whatever. So he's very credible, and he says that these that what happened a day ago or whatever it was 2 days ago that is not going to have a huge effect on 2026 midterms. So that's just my takeaway is they're just pumping this up because they know that the country is so far against progressivism, communism, all the stuff they push for, extreme far left extremism, and they're just trying to scare the right. And for people like me, and it seems like you're not really bothered by it as well now, at least.
Right.
It's not really working as they want it to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like they have their eyes on the world in the short term and the long term worldly things. But people with a higher view, they know what's right is right, no matter what the results look like. And so that's why you just stay steady, like a JLP, like a Trump, like a Nick Fuentes, maybe, because he's he's like these guys have just stayed on their path, regardless of the world around them.
Right.
And that's what works. That's the only way that you have a chance to awaken people more, not overreacting all the time.
Exactly right. And like I just said, I mean, these are liberal states. They were expected to do well in these states. So I mean, it's not really a surprise. It shouldn't really be a surprise for people on the right. And it, like I said last time I called in, I mean, this in 2024, it was literally a mandate. Trump won every swing state. He won the popular vote. We took back the House. Sorry, the House, the Senate. It was literally a mandate, and for the liberals to be, or the Democrats, whoever they are, whatever you want to call them, to be so pumped up about this really shows how out of touch of reality they are.
Yeah, I think that's true. They really are out of touch with reality. That's a fact.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, I wanted to see your perspective on. I didn't know if you were shaken up by it like the Democrats want us to.
Yeah, actually, I kind of was. I was, but seeing that from Trump, because I read this headline from CNN that Trump is downplaying the Democrat victory in the election results, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's really not important. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you get caught up with the news and the world and crap.
Well, yeah, no, the majority of the news is fake anyway. So I mean, their reason is to put fear in the people.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the fake news objective.
Totally, they love fear and hate. They want you to hate Trump if you're a hater, or they want you to hate them if you're a hater who hates the lies. So. Nice.
That's what they're all about.
Yeah.
Did you hear Trump say that the Democrats are trying to make Puerto Rico and was it Cuba a state in America?
No, I hadn't heard that one.
He was doing a victory, a 1-year victory speech yesterday. It was a 1-year anniversary of him winning the presidency.
Okay.
And he didn't say it in a joking way. It sounded like he was being legit. That the Democrats want to add. I know. I'm almost positive it was Puerto Rico. I'm not positive that it was Cuba, but I want to say that he did say Cuba, and he said something about them combining it to be 8 electoral votes for them to rig future elections and all this stuff.
They're always.
That is crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I don't know about Cuba, but Puerto Rico is already a territory, right? And they want. Somebody said that they want Washington D.C. to become a state unto itself.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Okay. And they are
They
are so worldly power hungry. That's why they bring in all of this immigration stuff. They're literally bringing Cubans, communists. I know that I get that a lot of Cubans are Republicans and they're anti-communists, but a lot of them turn back into becoming communists. And all these other foreigners into here, they're basically turning all the world into the United States, which is to say turning the United States into the world. And it's turning it evil so that they have the power. Because as somebody pointed out before, immigration always is net Democrat because they're net socialist. They're net evil.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Crazy.
Exactly right. And Trump pointed out that the Democrats have literally nothing to lose. They will do anything to just gain power, and that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
If I forget what exactly he was talking about, but he did bring up those two things along with the electoral votes. But I mean, he said that they will do anything possible.
That's why they fight
power.
That's why they fight so hard against. That's why they push Prop 50. That's why they fight so hard against voter ID. They don't want any check on voting because they have the masses, they have the criminals, they have the dishonest cultures, and those dishonest cultures are shamelessly willing to lie and cheat and steal and do whatever it takes to quote unquote win. So
exactly right.
Yeah.
Elon Musk posted that that Zoran's name was on the ballot twice up in New York.
Oh, interested.
So I mean,
I hadn't heard that one.
Again, it's further proof of what their agenda actually is versus what he says it is. Zoran.
Yeah.
But
what's his middle name? Zohran.
I have absolutely no idea.
Kwame Mamdani. Zohran Kwame Mamdani. I like to get the middle name in because it's so foreign, you know?
Yes, it's very foreign.
Yeah. I know that there are a lot of blacks named Kwame nowadays, but it's still like those are like black names. Kwame may be like his Ugandan name because he's part Ugandan, right? Something. Not the good kind of Ugandan.
Mamdani's part Ugandan?
I think so. What's his early life? Born in Uganda.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
But I don't know. Yeah, his father named him Kwame in honor of Kwame Aganian, a politician, theorist, and revolutionary. Wow. Both of his parents are Indian, though. They're of Indian descent. So, whatever. But they seem to be sort of light-skinned because he's like sort of light-skinned as a Indian. So he's probably one of those hoity-toity India people, right? Because aren't those lighter-skinned India people looking down and stamping down on the darker-skinned India people? Or do I have that completely wrong? Am I thinking Mexico?
I have no idea. They all just don't belong in America as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. They moved to Cape Town, South Africa. After
Mamdani did?
After about 5 years old, his family moved to Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah. And probably participated in the white genocide over there as a little 5-year-old.
Oh, probably so. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, I don't know. But yeah, it definitely has a communist evil mindset. I mean, he quoted the from each according to his ability to each according to their need, something like that. I have that quote. I'll bring that up. But it's crazy, man. Mamdani.
Well, New Yorkers are going to find out what they voted for very soon.
Yeah, they're too dull to even realize it. You know what I mean? It's like Obama. He destroyed America, and they didn't even realize what's happened to them. They want to blame Republicans for it. What's that?
They just let him do it.
Yeah.
Just sat back
they
and
participate in it.
Second time.
They participate in the self-destruction.
Sick.
Well, it's good hearing from you, sir. Appreciate it.
Same to you. Thank you for taking my call, Hake.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. So let me mosey on over to thehakereport.com. Check out that. That's Manhattan Beach, walking down a path. There's like this path thing. Isn't that nice? All right. But let's mosey on over to thehakereport.com. You like my GIF? Oh, let me click on the live thing. So I take you guys over and we check out the fan funding. I don't think that anybody's given any super chats yet, but there I have it handy, so I don't waste a lot of time. You can check out Punchie TV yesterday. Fun little episode of Punchie TV, I thought. Does the S make men go bald, by the way? Food stamps by ethnicity. Fact-checked? It was not fact-checked. It was dumb. It was true, seemingly. Do men go bald from sexual overstimulation? California has a Glock ban. And revisiting LA after 12 years is a shock with all the homeless mess and stuff like that. It's terrible. You know, I went for a little walk just right out there in beautiful Los Angeles, right? Beautiful. We're in a beautiful part of LA. Notwithstanding the blight that has overtaken LA, and it seems like the homeless are back. I notice. So let's see. How do I do this? I'm such a boomer now, you know? I don't know if this is going to be what works. Yeah. See if I can... No. Send it to this thing. We'll see if that works. I don't know if it will. But anyway, yeah, there was this guy just camped out. He's like taking up the whole sidewalk, and it's a big, wide sidewalk. It was ridiculous. I don't know if this will work. Airdrop stinks. And you can quote me on that. Of course, I disclaim. So, Dropbox is better. Shout out. But let's mosey on over to thehakereport.com and check out today's info. I loved Trump downplaying the Democrat victory over the election results. It's a great idea because it's really, they're always pushing evil. So what's the difference? And they've been in this so-called worldly false notion of power. So what's the big deal? It's no big deal. I might have this ready. Can an MOV open? Let's find out. Here's what Democrats in Power does. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Check this out. This was yesterday evening, a couple hours after Punchie TV finished. And let me just go full screen. You heard that honk. Kind of loud, huh? I wish it would just repeat. Is there a repeat thing? Does that mean repeat? Here, let me turn that down just a touch. That's kind of loud, right? All right. We get the point. That's obnoxious. Maybe I can mute. How do I do that? Is that muted? I'm such a boomer, you know? What the Hake? Here, let's see if I can drag it. In the world? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. I don't know if this was a wise idea for me to do this. For me to turn it on. Oh, Lord, what a boomer. What? Well, anyway, you guys saw it. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was this guy who was just a black dude, of course, just laying in the middle with all of his mess, his stuff, blankets or sleeping bags and stuff around him. It was ridiculous. In the middle of the walkway, I'm like, do I go within where he could potentially like get up and strike? Or do I go way around into like this parking lot to go way around him? I just went right past him. But you're in the way. You should be arrested and your stuff confiscated and you should be put to work or to sleep in a cell overnight, a prison cell, a jail cell, and then forced to do some cleanup work, voluntary cleanup work, mandatory though, and until you get yourself together. And if you never get yourself together, we will have a clean city because you'll be cleaning up all the time on your quote unquote what would have been your free time, because you're polluting the city. It's not right, and you're making Hake nervous. You don't have a right to make Hake nervous. You do, but it's not right. It's not right to make the normal people nervous. Imagine little old ladies, they don't know who's this guy? And some of them will scream and yell and shout out. The lady on Punchie TV with the obnoxious voice called them possessed. And that's what we all are. But they're kind of more nakedly possessed because a lot of them are on the drugs, and they say drugs open the door to possession. No, you're already possessed. It just opens the door to so everybody can see the possession, you know, because they're so crazy. They're so crazy, but not in a good way. What's up, Thor mode? Let me just show it one more time because it's obnoxious, man. Here, I'm gonna get out of the way. Yeah, so. Oh, good. It didn't stay on. So look at this. Can I zoom? Can I pinch and zoom? But I didn't have the nerve to keep the thing going, the video thing going. And I didn't know if the oncoming cars were looking at me. I'm not the type of person that just shamelessly video records people. Because you video record people, and they catch you doing it, that's provocative. You know, Antifa doesn't like being video recorded. They don't like it because they don't like being seen. All eyes on you. We see what you're doing. Or it's kind of like you're eating junk food and somebody walks in, you're like, you want to hide it. You being you junk food eaters. You're like, you like your privacy. You want to do your dirty deeds in darkness, done dirt cheap. That was not Guns N' Roses. It was AC/DC. Thank you, Jim in Alaska. Shout out. So anyway, you can kind of see that there's a mess right here, right? So that's the point. Whatever. That's a little bit of a cleaner pic. Alas, that's what your Democrat victory brings. Just mismanagement and an enablement of evil and a disablement of good business and success and all that stuff. That's why I said it's based and good and fine that Trump didn't let the homeless veterans, although we like veterans, he didn't let the homeless veterans stay outside of his Trump hotel, because that brings down the vibes. You don't have a right to infringe on our vibes, people, of, the business. You're bringing down the business. It's not right. There was some left-wing propaganda in the news over the food stamps stuff. Lord, have mercy. Punchie TV, homeless infringement. All right, and other news. The typhoon hit the AAPI, Asian American and Pacific Islanders, except they're not American. The Asia and Pacific Islands typhoon, big typhoon, by the way. That's also known as, in other parts of the world, hurricane, crazy. Oh, by the way, Jimmy Kimmel's feeding the so-called hungry in L.A. Enablement. A mama. Psh, I shake my head. Jimmy Kimmel's the guy that got canceled by Trump. Except that may be fake news. Just, they're making the claim that Trump canceled him, but it's whatever. We got a right to our vibes. Isn't this pretty? Check this out. Oh, no. Look at this. Hey. Speaking of vibes, this is AI. AI did this. You know, artists, you have been replaced. Of course, AI wouldn't have been able to do this were it not for artists who had done similar things, because this is actually like, some of these things are real things that AI copied. They took as inspiration, right? AI used inspo, which is short for inspiration. There's the only O in inspiration is the T-I-O-N, right? But look at it. Look, it even looks like watercolor paper. You guys, you artists over there? I asked, this is the prompt. 16:9 image in pen and ink and watercolor, loose style. My whole world ended the moment you left me. That's a song that JLP was singing, and he introduced some people over here to it. And I like to do the AI in pen and ink and watercolor so you can't pick up that it's fake, because that realistic AI stuff just looks ghastly and disturbing. Whereas if you turn it into like artsy stuff, then it looks cool. It looks fine. Doesn't have a weird number of fingers or weird facial features, but it's oddly reminiscent of a person. So isn't that nice? Shout out. This was actually from bing.com/create. And this is not an endorsement, no endorsement implied, but I use Grok, I use Bing, I use some other AI thing. I don't even endorse AI, but I just wanted to show this picture. I thought it was cool. That's over on I use it for a thumbnail on the on Rebuilding the Man channel. If you go over here, you can see the moment you left me. Remember where you are, JLP. Nice, huh? It looks, I don't know, whatever. So just showing off. Yeah, I didn't go to art class for nothing. By the way, church is coming. So make sure if you're scared of the homeless, go to church. Hey, would this person say? Hopefully not something bad. Been following Jesse maybe 2 years. He makes a lot of common sense, says Michael. Right on, sir. Sunday, 11 a.m. So come to LA. It's more beneficial in person, right? Right. So, all right. Let me just double check the phones here and get back to, I guess, your calls. So sorry, podcast listeners, that you couldn't see the picture, but I have a link to it on my site, on my blog post, all right? It says, isn't this nice, or something to that effect. AI art. Artie, speaking of art, let's go to Artie Art in Ohio over here. Art, how you doing, sir?
Hey, man, what's up with my dog, man?
Not much. How about you?
Man, I'm agitated, bro. You don't even understand, bro.
I bet. And why are you agitated?
Super agitated, man, just over the little stuff that's going on in New York, man. I think when that 9/11 thing happened or whatnot, I think I was in the 9th grade or something like that.
That makes sense.
In 2000, I think it's 2001, y'all should have been in 9th grade, freshman year.
Yep.
And my sister came and got me out of class or whatnot. I was like, come on, boy. I'm like, what you talking about? she like, we about to go home. I'm like, why? They like, because they shut the school down because of the, what was his name? Bam, bam, because of the terrorist attack, the 9/11 buildings got hit. Bam, 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 boom. Keep in mind, we seen it on TV earlier that day, but like an hour later, that's when they kicked us all out of the school. Bam, bam, boom.
Okay.
So even at my young age, I was saying in the back of my head, I said, man, that's what America get, man. They need to they need to stay out of these countries. This is what I was saying when I was a kid, a 15, 14-year-old. They need to stay out of people's business. They brought this on themselves. So, you know, I'm hearing the older whatnot, whites and blacks or whatnot, and they hyping me up because they like, man, we going to war. So the whole point in me saying that is I hear people when they talk about it, it did bring Americans together or whatnot. It brought us together because at the end of the day, yeah, I was thinking in the back of my head as a teen like that, oh, yeah, we brought that on ourselves, but when I heard that male, the real men in that time, they was ready to go to fight, man. You can hear it in their voice, and they was serious, and that's what Bush was on or whatnot, man. So it had me, that camaraderie, it had me going too. You know what I mean? My mom, it had my fire, the fight in me, ready to fight too. So I mean, going fast forward to 2025. I never in a million years thought that you would see a Muslim running New York. Then, not even that ain't even the worstest part. It was another Muslim dude out in the middle of Times Square talking about he's getting tired of hiding. He's going to come out. They going to come out and they going to start showing their face, getting tired of being picked on. And I'm just trying to figure out where the freak is all the men at.
Yeah.
Do y'all not? I mean, is everybody sleep at the freaking wheel?
I think they are.
I mean, no, it ain't. I think they are. You are too. Everybody is. I'm confused. I'm really confused. Like I'm not no liberal. Like I'm not gonna go vote for Joe Biden when he tell me that he's for DEI. A person ain't got to keep telling me that they a devil 2 and 3 times for me to figure it out. Like, it's just so crazy to me, man. Like, it's like the men ain't the men. Like, I'm confused. It's like we in like La La Land or something, bro. Like, this is crazy, bro, in America. In America. And then you got these so-called conservatives or whatnot. You want to hear, you with me, Hake? You listen?
I'm listening.
Okay, so you got these so-called conservatives or whatnot, oh, it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about. Excuse me? It ain't nothing to worry about. Man, you got a Muslim dude in San Francisco that's trying to run to be mayor. One that just gratefully lost in Minnesota. One that won in New York. One that's in Dearborn. Y'all count these as wins? I don't care if they lost or not. The point that they in American politics is bad enough. You talking about they lost by 20%? Well, guess what? They might win next year.
Wow.
I don't understand what everybody's up here. And then I love Trump to death, man. But the stuff he's selling, I ain't believing it, man.
What is Trump selling right now?
He said something about when he's responding back to Mamdani or something along the lines, he gonna take care of it. Man, Trump, man, I love you to death, man, but a lot of stuff that you be saying that you gonna take care of, you ain't taking care of it, man. The border stuff, man, you handing the border a little bit, man. I'm trying to be a real conservative, man. I'm calling the ace a spade, man. If I see you doing something wrong, I'm gonna call you out on it. Just like I expect if somebody see me doing something wrong, they call me out on it.
Did you hear Trump say that he would, in July, they asked him, I don't know if you saw that on the JLP show, the Jesse Lee Peterson show, that he would arrest Mamdani if he interferes with ICE, for example.
Well, that might be true. Well, my point is just what I said, man. I ain't believing it. I ain't seen nobody getting arrested. And if they is getting arrested, everybody and their mama already know they only going to do a year and a half. And then the next person that comes into office, they going to release them.
Yeah, I don't even know if he'll do any time at all if Trump has arrest him, because you don't really have the government in favor of law and order. The rest of the government, the only person in favor of law and order is Trump and maybe Clarence Thomas, and then that's about it. And Tom Homan, but that's it. Yeah, and then another thing that and I know a lot of other people is thinking like me, because that's why you ain't seeing a lot of movement around here. That's why you ain't seeing a lot of these illegals busting no moves, because they kind of know that
a lot of stuff ain't gonna happen to them or whatnot. And they know that they got people in power, in these judges, in these governors and mayors and congressional seats or whatnot. That's why, and they know that Trump ain't gonna be able to do too much or whatnot, man. That's why they ain't. I'm just seeing a whole bunch of beta tactics and moves, and people ain't respecting the authority or whatnot. And I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm gonna get up off here. When I was in elementary, middle, and high school, I know, and I don't know if you noticed this neither. You got, okay, if it's 100 people, you got maybe 5 or 6 of them that's fighters. Those 5 or 6 of those fighters, okay, you got 5 or out of 100 people, you got 5, 6 fighters.
Okay.
Then you got 50 of the middle people, meaning if they see me losing, they going to go with my opposition. If they see me winning, they going to go with me. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the other 40, 35%. They just straight kitty cat. They ain't going to do nothing. They scared of their own shower, their own shadow. So my thing is this, when I'm even saying this, man, we got to figure something out, because it's only a handful of us fighters out here, man. And the 50% of the ones that's in the middle, most of them, if they see RDR and the real fighters is out the way, then they just gonna go with the enemy. I don't know what to tell America, but all this sitting around, Lord bless everybody, man. I'm just seeing this for what it is, man. And it ain't looking good, man. This is a cancer, and this is spreading, and everybody's saying, hey, keep your head on. I'm keeping my head on. I'm just mind blown at what a lot of people were saying. People were saying, oh, we good this and we good that, and I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing we regressing a lot, and by a lot. We getting the illusion that we going forward, but every time I turn around, we taking 10 steps back. And I just don't get it, man. But I don't know how everything is going to play out or whatnot, because me and you got to remember, me and you on the ground. We the low man. So if Trump don't get all this stuff figured out, I'm cool. I'm going to be good, because Father God been blessing me all this time or whatnot, so it ain't going to be too much nobody going to be able to do with me anyways. But
Good.
the point is, what I'm saying is, if he don't handle them, what do you think they're going to try to be doing with us? Because my mouth is too big. You see what I'm saying? I'm all right. You see what I'm saying? I'm exposed. They ain't got no. If they were trying to get at him like Uncle Trump like that, what you think they're gonna be trying to do with me? Ground on the ground, not in his position, but me
Right.
and my job, and me living in my current situation as a small person. If he can't take care of the people up top, what do you think's gonna happen to the people that's on the ground like me and you? God bless you, Hake. I'll catch you later, man. You keep up the good work, man.
I appreciate it, Art. Very interesting, man. You're right about
Yes,
a lot
sir.
of that. Take care, sir.
Catch you. Yep.
All right. My take is, Art said it. What are they doing even running in America? It's so crazy. And there is a low T type of thing. I'm just calling it low T, metaphorically speaking, but maybe also literally, I don't know. They say that they've bashed us in our T, but I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about spiritually, the spirit of the fighter. Art has a background, rougher background than some. And I don't know what he means by fighting, but there is a fighter spirit that Trump has, fighting the right way. And that's the way that you got to fight if you got to fight. You have to hide not from the truth of the situation, but also overreact not to the situation. Rex with a super chat says, no matter what happens, God wins in the end. Or God already won, and Satan is tempting you to fight and lose, or to play and lose, because a lot of people don't want to fight, they just want to play, if you will. Thank you, Rex. I agree with that. But I feel like there's something true about what Art is saying, but also there is a caution sign too to what Art is saying, in that you don't want to overreact. You don't want to get too heated. I still think Trump is doing right in downplaying it. Downplaying it. You don't want to downplay the evil, but downplay the downplaying is CNN's word, okay? It's a communist buzzword. But bring it back down to what reality is. Reality is America's already over, in my opinion, but there are can-do mindset people. Can-do mindset people that are very attractive to people who want what's right. Trump is one of them. I know some of you, Chris, for example, who gave those coffees, but Nick Fuentes seems like that. He has that can-do mindset of we can take it back. And I don't see it, and part of the reason I don't see it is because everybody's so full of hate, except for Trump, maybe Nick, JLP, and then whoever else is really working out their salvation. If to quote that caller who called in to JLP, rattling off his learning. Terrible. Thank you, sir, for your coffees. I'm approaching the top of the hour, but just let me get to a call or two more here. So let me just write this down. I like to keep up with the notes. Hake after Art. God wins, or God won. The battle is won, right? Anyway, let me get to Ross in New Jersey, who's on the line over here. Ross, thank you for calling and holding, sir. You're live.
Hi, Hake. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I was going to give you a little bit different way of looking at things today.
All right.
Since you proposed to take that man and basically give him a job to do cleaning up the city today on the thing, right?
Yeah, the bum on the black guy sleeping in the middle of the sidewalk. Yeah.
Well,
with all his junk around. Go ahead.
It's weird because when I was little, we used to go down south, and I actually saw that type of function where they would chain them together, and they would put them along the tracks, and they would have to cut the grass with like a sickle.
Yeah, the chain gang, and they had a sieve or something to cut the grass.
Yeah, well, they would clean up whatever needed to be cleaned up. They would go into the city. They would get in trouble. They wouldn't be able to conform to the city, so they had to be taken back out to the country and retaught what nature was all about.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, you put them on the chain gang.
Well, they took them back to nature.
Yeah, and you know what? Working on the chain gang or working your forced manual labor, it is so refreshing.
That's because you give all your energy and all your strength back to the ground.
It's like God. It's God's curse, as man was meant to do, is to work.
That's really
a curse in a good way.
Really how I believe when we leave the dirt and we go into the city, then we become like, just another conduit or another talking piece to compare yourself to everybody else. But when you're out in nature, you have to either perform or you die.
Yeah. Indeed.
So you can't stop until you know everything's covered. So you're going to have a time frame that you have to work in, depending on where you live in the climate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the colder climate, the white people in the colder climate, they knew to plan ahead, be self-disciplined, and not just lounge and be wasteful, because they didn't have margin for error for that.
It's not that the people in the South are wasteful. They just have more time to do what they want to, and they like to relax more. Yeah. They like to have a slower lifestyle.
I respect it.
Well, they like to sit around and fish.
Yeah.
And, talk about things before they have to race away. So you have to find someplace in that grid of colors, you know, going north to south, where you fit in the best.
Nice. Right
But
on, Ross.
One thing I see that that's causing, I think, more chaos than anything is the fact that we go from AC power to DC power, where everything now is being almost controlled by direct current, which is a battery. You carry your phone around, you carry your camera around, you carry your life around basically with you, but it's all charged by direct current instead of the alternating current that we used to live by prior to the phones.
Huh.
And the heartbeat is the alternating current. The brain is the direct current.
Nice.
You see what I'm
So,
saying?
what's the alternating current?
Your heartbeat.
Your heartbeat is the alternating current, and the
And your
brain
brain.
is the
Direct current.
Direct current. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have to divide the rest of them by the holes in your body.
Okay.
You understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, you have to breathe,
Right?
and you have
Your
to
senses.
like relieve yourself.
Your senses.
Oh, thank you.
Your eyes, your nose, your hearing. And then you have to split them between each side of your brain because we all have two sides of our brain.
Ah.
So you got two holes. You got two holes for everything except your mouth and your exit.
Oh.
Isn't that wild?
You have your eyes, your nostrils, your mouth.
Yeah, but
your ears. Your eyes, your nostrils, your ears.
What if each eye goes to each
Your
side of
hands?
the brain, and then your brain is always fighting amongst itself to tell your body which eye is in charge?
Nice. I don't really follow your point. I it's probably my fault because I am remiss in I gave you a little bit of poor attention. I went over to hake.printify.me to check out my merch for some reason.
Well, I just think that the two types of energy that we're using is causing a lot of chaos. Plus, we got
I don't know
gasoline.
anything about AC and DC actually.
Well, AC is an alternating current.
I
It
heard
comes and
that.
goes. And then DC is a direct current. Once you put it on something, it holds on, it just fires. It's like, it has to be like DC current you get from the sun. So all these things are putting on everybody's houses. They're collecting the sun. Instead of humans being able to collect the sun, it's going into all these,
solar panels.
the batteries. The
Yeah.
batteries.
Oh, yeah.
So
All right.
we're powering up batteries so we can power ourselves.
I'll have I don't know, maybe one day I'll learn, Ross.
I don't know that you're not learning. I think you learn every day because you're given the news.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you learn though. A lot of people keep up with the news. People read the whole Bible and then they still never learn, you know?
Yeah, but the news is the answer. North, east, south, and west. Right?
Oh, that's funny.
It is, though.
NEWS. North,
But
east,
the
west,
way-
south.
When you go down the pole, when you slide down the pole from north to south, you get there real quick.
I've had about enough of this wordplay from you, Ross, and metaphor and simile. I gotta run,
Yeah.
man. But I appreciate your call. Always.
Take care.
Take care. Alex in California is on the line over here. Alex, how you doing, sir?
Good Lord, Hake. I thought my calls were bad.
Why do you think your calls are bad?
Well, now I don't.
Oh,
was
man.
that Art before him?
Yeah, Art before him. You thought Art was bad?
No. Ross. I mean,
Ross.
Like, I like my weird stuff, but you need to rein it in a bit, Ross.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
he
Art,
is crazy. Shout
Art,
out.
I appreciate. Art's like really, really black, but in a good way, in an entertaining, like stylish way, as you say.
Yeah, and he's
I love his voice.
And you know what? He described himself well as a fighter. And there's a time to fight. There's a time not to fight. He may have at times picked the wrong time, but there is like a low energy acceptance of evil that happens, and that drives him nuts. And I can appreciate that about him, you know?
Yeah, I agree with what his spiel was about. I'm just saying in terms of tone,
Yeah.
you know, it's like I can only handle about 2 or 3 seconds of a black woman, but someone like Art, like that, I can listen to him talk all day long about everything.
Nice.
Great tone. So yeah, I was going to say, I've been kind of like out of the loop again in my little rabbit hole of what I'm doing, but I noticed the New York got allegedly a Muslim mayor. I just wanted to clear
That's
things
right.
up about that.
A Muslim,
So is he
a Muslim democratic socialist, if you want to use their term for it.
And he's Indian?
Yeah,
not Pakistan.
That's right. He's of Indian descent, but was born in Uganda.
Okay, am I ignorant, or are Indians Muslim?
Some are, but he is. But Indians tend to be Hindu, so he's not a normal
Right.
Indian.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I was just a little confused because I don't care about any of that type of stuff, but it's probably smart or it's probably the wise choice to be a little more educated on it. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's an Indian Muslim.
Yeah.
But he's like a white dude. He's like a white liberal.
Yeah, he's pretty light-skinned, and he's basically like westernized, you know.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't have any accent, or he can turn it on and off, I guess.
Oh yeah, he has done that. He has turned on his Indian accent sometimes. It's funny.
And then when he needs to, he'll eat some soup with his hands just to make sure he's relatable.
Yeah.
But yeah, my point, like I've asked this question maybe a month or two back, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it again since this happened. I believe that he's going to clean up New York. So what do you guys think? Would you rather live next to a blue-haired liberal white woman, or would you rather live to a Muslim family?
I would rather live next to a, well, some of those, I get your point. I would want a group that's has a hold of themselves, a family that has a hold of themselves. That's not wild and overly accusatory, even if against people who are just neighbors like you and me who just want to mind our own business. They will mind their business. Liberal though they may be and anti-white though they may be, when it comes down to it, they're still civilized.
I mean, when I ask people that it's like a knee-jerk reaction to the Muslims, it's never a knee-jerk reaction to the degeneracy that we're dealing with right now. I find that interesting. Like, I guess we really have been somewhat brainwashed. I mean, the one thing I would say, obviously none of us agree with like the child marriage and the kid stuff, but aside from that, how are they worse with their Sharia law stuff than liberals in San Francisco or like Oakland or any of these disgusting places? How are they actually worse? Because what I see, in Muslim countries is that their crime is way lower because they're chopping hands and heads off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this guy's going to clean up New York's act a little bit.
I don't see him as a manly type of Muslim, though, because it takes a manly type of Muslim, I think, to clean up, because he's more of like a liberal socialist Muslim guy, you know? Like he's weak on crime, he bashes police, that type of thing.
But what about the Sharia law stuff? Everybody's all up in arms thinking he's going to enforce that somehow. Didn't he already ban alcohol and cigarettes and stuff in stores or something?
I don't know. He just won, so I don't know what his take is. I don't know how serious of a Muslim he is. I don't know if he's a Sharia law type of a Muslim, but he's probably friendly with the Sharia ones. I don't know. It's gonna be a mess. I think he'll bring. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I think he might get himself in a mess if he doesn't pick if he wants to be a liberal Muslim or a real Muslim.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out too with his own people, allegedly, quote unquote.
It's kind of like Obama brought in. I think Obama brought in a lot of refugees and Somalis and Muslims into like Dearborn and all them. Maybe it was W who brought in those people, because he did the wars and that brought refugees. But although Obama is like a liberal sort of a atheist, pro-Muslim type of a guy,
saying that, you're reminding me. I think last time I asked what the crime rate was like in Dearborn. So nobody knows.
Yeah, fair question.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cops are scared to go
Rick,
there.
I'll let you get to some other calls, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Definitely enjoy Art's calls. Very entertaining voice.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks, Alex. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
You as well. Okay, before I get back to your calls, let me not wait until the end of the show to do my coffees. It's like ridiculous. My apologies, I guess, you coffee givers. It's a shame. Okay, let me just see. Cesar or Caesar, toward the end of the show, had mentioned, I think what I may do to keep things moving is just call this in general coffees. I don't know if I have the self-discipline to do this, because I like to have different timestamps for things that take a while. Jack Parsons, the guy who went to invent the first rocket engine, heavily influenced by JPL guy, I heard from Big Bump and the internet. Heavily influenced by the occult, magic, and an infamous Satanist. Wishing everyone well today and always. I still haven't looked into that, Cesar or Caesar. Eric, 5 coffees yesterday, saying God is within and above. Remember I had a caller asking, what does Jesse mean by God is above? He was a flat earther. Hey. God owns the mind, or Satan owns the mind. These are quotes. You cannot understand God with knowledge about God. Indeed. Yeah, that's why you can hear the brainwashing. Even if they're repeating factual information about, quote unquote, about God, right? And what they've learned about religion and stuff. Even reciting what Jesse says. It's just knowledge, and it's not wisdom. In God, there is no thinking. God's beyond the mind's comprehension. God is beyond thinking. Let go of the mind, be still, and know. Jesus also said, Eric, if you won't mind me adding to what you said, Jesus said, do not worry. But what do they do? What do we do? So-called Christians? Worry. Ridiculous. Thank you, Eric. Someone bought 3 coffees yesterday. I like this show and watch it every day. Go all the way. Strong arm emoji. Which arm is bigger, Hake's arm or the emoji arm? Thank you, sir, or ma'am, or miss, or Ms. Alex from Texas. Hake, I commend your analysis of the current government. This was yesterday as well. We have, everyone should read George Washington's farewell address. Interesting, man. Interesting. A little homework, huh? Let's see if I can just pull that up real quick. George Washington's farewell address. I see these are Google images, right? Okay, I disclaim Google. I know what to do. Grok.com. Watch me be evil and dumb. Summarize George Washington's farewell address in just a few lines from the perspective of a radical white Christian patriot, if you will. Brothers in Christ, Washington's farewell is a holy warning to us, white heirs of liberty. Shun foreign entanglements that drag us into godless wars abroad. America first. Crush partisan factions before they splinter our sacred union like Babylon. That diversity mess, right? God made Babylon diverse in order to separate those people, because they were trying to build a tower of, oh no, I'm thinking the Tower of Babel, not to be confused with Babylon. Anyway, guard our Christian morals against infidel influences, not the the Muslim word. But anyway, and let no permanent alliances bind our sovereign destiny. Unity, piety, and isolationism are our divine shield. All right, so there's Grok's. I know I didn't do it justice, but I think you might be amused. Alex from Texas. Thank you. I think of Alex from Texas as being, maybe he's Latino, but he's like one of those based guys. Okay. All right. So, Washington's farewell. All right. Eric, 5 coffees. Everyone is evil. This was yesterday as well. Until they return to the Father. Evil is using the imagination to justify selfish behavior. That's so true. Women are more evil than men because, says Eric. I'm using that as a disclaimer, Eric, for the sake of like YouTube thingamajiggers, not because I'm disagreeing with you, okay, Eric? Because they preserve their value through deception, not through virtuous behavior. For example, they get these banana peels or cucumbers and makeup and all these things and cover up their bags and their dreary, dreadful behavior rather than God gives good sleep to the godly, for example, right? Okay, interesting. This causes them to prioritize how they feel about themselves over what's real. Reality isn't a woman's main priority. It's how she feels. Indeed, man. Feelings are created, and this is, males relate to this, obviously, because males are women, kind of, you know? Feelings are created by the imagination of the ego. Evil. This is Eric's coffee. I'm continuing. The more a person prioritizes feelings, the more evil they are. Men are born with no value, he says. Men have a closer relationship to truth, have closer relationships to truth because they must create their value. And men do create value in the world unless they're enabled to be a bump on a log or a bum on the sidewalk type of thing, dragging down the value, tearing down value. Terrible. Just as an example, that's not the only mess that men, so-called men, do. Their value must exist. No one cares how a man feels about himself if he cannot provide and protect. Women can never create anything in the world. They're provided and protected just for having the, and he says the V word, that thing by which they get pregnant and through which they have babies or something like that. Hey, Eric, making me nervous. I don't want to say that word. This allows them to survive just fine, living in their imagination, validating their behaviors forever, forever evil. Angry devil with horns, purple emoji. Nice, Eric. Thanks, man. That's why we simps, we can't be simps forever, man. It's not right. You're doing a disservice to the gals being a simp and a male feminist and stuff, you know? It's not right. It's a lack of love for them and for all. It's evil. Nice. Eric on the ladies. I'm doing super chats, all right? I'm doing timestamps, okay? And Angband Art. To you illiterate, historically inept callers, is it too much to have one Jewish state the size of New Jersey? And similar in shape, too, something like that, right? Amid 22 Arab states, the only single Jewish land on the planet, meanwhile defending themselves from Hamas, who are a self-proclaimed death cult. Do they proclaim themselves to be a death cult? Who willingly use their own people as human shields? I know. And then they let me interrupt your coffee. And then they say, and then they show pictures or video footage of these children and women getting killed, And then guys like Derek fall for it and pretend, oh, big bad Israel, when it's them, potentially. I don't know. Info may be false. So I don't fall for propaganda. And, well, I purposely, like, avoid looking at, like, this gory mess. Actually, it just doesn't, I don't even come across it. I don't seek it out, and I just don't come across it. So it's not that I avoid it, but if I get a glimpse, I actually kind of do avoid it, because there was one thing that I saw a Destiny quote tweet. I'm stomping all over your coffee, Angband Art. Destiny, he went, let's see if I can find it. X. Let's find out. If I go to notifications, I bet it's around here somewhere. Because in notifications, they end up like promoting. Yeah, look at this. Oh no, that's David French. Yeah, okay, so cover your eyes, people. Me looking around for all the conservatives who cared so deeply about the Ukrainian woman who was stabbed a few months ago. And it's Destiny, Stephen Bennell II. And he shows this. I'm going to open it and I'm going to close it right away, okay? He quote tweets this tweet, this graphic tweet of something that the Russians did that hurt this man carrying purportedly a white flag. Supposedly it's Russians and supposedly it's a Ukrainian or something, man with a white flag and his dog. And they drone strike the guy. And it's on video and it's horrific and it's gory. And for some reason, X thought it was a good thing. And I'm rewarding X for doing it by clicking on it. I clicked on it the first time, and here's me clicking on it the second time. Okay, I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to go away from it, okay? Okay, so that's, you see the guy, it's kind of bird's eye view. Two elderly men and their dog tried to leave an occupied town with a white flag, hoping to survive. Russians killed them with a drone. And so it's basically war propaganda, okay? So I'm going to close it right now because I don't want to show that gory mess, all right? So it's just propaganda. Thank you, Angband. Pardon my stomping all over your thing with another point, but you talked about human shields, and it got me to thinking. All this gory, terrible scenery of killing in war and murder and unjustified, you could call them war crimes maybe. It's propaganda. Don't fall for either side, you know? It's all evil. And Destiny being all self-righteous against the conservatives being all self-righteous, and it's endless self-righteousness, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Let's get back to Angband. They put their bases under schools and hospitals because they wage propaganda to get the globalists and the nationalists on their side. Because there's nationalists who are falling for this propaganda, Angband. They torture and kidnap and murder non-combatants, says Angband of Hamas. Israel gives ample time and warning to non-combatants. Never target them, claims Angband. Okay, so info may be false, but he may be right. Only targeting Hamas, who plant themselves around innocents for their own protection and propaganda, I add. They have claimed they will not stop until every Jew is dead. Let the Jews have their one country and they will not be a problem in yours. Otherwise, where do they go? The moon? To the moon, Alice. So says Angband Art. Come at us, bros and ladies. Well, ladies who are anti-Israel, a bit cringe, you know. Shout out. I know you guys watch my show. I know you guys are like, oh, you know more than you let on, Hake. Shout out. How about you don't worry your pretty little heads, ladies? We wouldn't have to if you men would man up. You don't have to anyway, whether we man up or not. Hake mocking the ladies. Israel, Hamas, war propaganda, and based ladies. These based ladies. Is there anything more cringe than a based lady? Well, any lady who's into politics. So the white ladies are obnoxious as well. Anti-man ladies. Ladies. I shake my head. All right, and then popcorn. You guys like popcorn, right? Popcorn's a thump keg. During your response to my coffee yesterday about the Nick Fuentes Tucker Carlson interview, I'm glad you brought it up. You accused me of putting things together that don't really follow in regards to Fuentes being a fan of Stalin. Yeah, totally. Here's a clip of what he actually said, of where he actually said that. You can. I've heard him say it. I mean, I've heard of him saying it before, and then I listened to the entire Tucker interview. Let's see if this is short. Oh, nice. It is. Yeah, let me pump up the volume. Don't take Valium.
So it's like.
Oh, here, let me turn up the volume again over here. December 18th. It's a very important day. I'm a fan of Stalin. All right, I don't know who this gal is. She's probably a reaction video.
Mid-December, late December. It's actually funny. It was December 18th. I remember because that's an important date to me. And it's Joseph Stalin's birthday.
Oh.
I'm a fan.
You're a fan of Stalin's.
Mm-hmm. Always an admirer. But we don't need to go into that, I guess.
Well, that's... Okay, let's get back to it. We'll circle back to that.
It was weird because the reason I mentioned that, it was almost like, because I woke up that day and I was like, oh, it's December 18th. And I was just like very acutely aware of like, today's like a strange day.
We had a real meeting of the minds here with Tucker Carlson and Nick.
Do you want me to listen to this gal's obnoxious voice too? Never mind base ladies. I'm annoyed by this gal too. But okay, let's hear what this gal says since you linked it.
Fuentes, two somewhat famous anti-Semites on the right these
What? Anti-Semites? Be quiet, woman. Okay.
days. And in this, you can see Tucker kind of bewildered that Nick Fuentes is pro-Joseph Stalin. It's kind of wild.
Stalin. There's that vocal fry, you know, the creaky voice.
Especially with these two figures, to see one try to out-extreme the other. And you can think Fuentes is joking, that's fine.
No, I don't think he's joking. I think he really does admire something about Stalin, and it may have been like his leadership or just the way he got stuff done regardless. I'm not sure. I haven't ever looked into it. Not too concerned.
But he's on record saying that he is pretty much pro-Stalin. He's on record saying that he's, you know, pro-Nazis. I don't know if the two ever did circle back to this, but it's a pretty disturbing.
No, I watched the whole thing. They didn't get back to it, at least not on the conversation. At least not on the thing.
Conversation, especially because Tucker Carlson.
Disturbing. She called it a disturbing conversation.
Didn't really press Fuentes on his pro-Stalinism.
Because he was talking about. That was in the middle of him talking about the assassination attempt, which is a real thing. Stalin is long gone in the past, woman. He was talking about the assassination attempt. Do you guys remember? There was an assassination attempt on Nick Fuentes, a guy who actually killed people. He was on a killing spree, and he showed up at Nick Fuentes' house. So that was a little bit more pressing, and we wanted to know about that. That's why Nick was saying, it's December 18th. Joseph Stalin's birthday.
Which anyone with a moral conscience.
He didn't say he's for Stalinism. He said he's a fan of Stalin.
Should have done.
So it's like.
So this woman thinks she has a moral conscience and thinks she's better than National Review. That's from National Review. Is every National Review is famously a supposedly conservative outfit, but they put out this anti-Trump thing in 2016. Anyone but Trump, never Trump. And all of their writers, basically, writers, basically were anti-Trump. It was ridiculous. They made a joke of themselves. Originally founded by a guy whom I kind of liked. He debated who founded National Review. I don't know if it was founded by this guy. Yeah, William F. Buckley Jr., the guy with the teeth, Buckley teeth. I don't know if he has buck teeth, but he was sort of interesting. He had these debates, and he would talk on this talk show and talk to that black gay guy, radical, who was all victim-minded and basically communist or something. Black gay radical versus William F. Buckley, something like that. James Baldwin, yeah. Anyway, I didn't know that was interesting. Thank you for sharing that popcorn. Fun. Nice. You can say, who cares? Yes, I can. But Stalin was a communist. No one disputes that. And Fuentes was a fan of his. I didn't make that up. Yeah, I know, but you said something that doesn't follow. Fuentes doesn't like Stalin necessarily. I don't know that Fuentes didn't say, I like him because he's a communist. He was more than just a communist. Terry was a communist. Nick Fuentes may or may not be a fan of Terry. Hopefully he's not, because she's married and he should mind his own business. But anyway, so it's irrelevant. So anyway, you have a knee-jerk reaction to go after the people who are attacking Fuentes, seemingly because you view those people as evil instead of addressing whether or not their criticisms of him are valid. Is that accurate? No, that's not accurate. I don't know that I've attacked anybody who's or have any reaction to attack anybody who's attacking Fuentes. I just see I haven't attacked Ben Shapiro. I haven't attacked Chris, who bought that coffee. Although Shapiro just sounded like AI. Is that an attack? He just didn't. Shapiro showed a bunch of clips that made Fuentes look good. He talked about the blacks, talked about women, he talked about the reality of the situation. And then he said some things about Hitler that I don't care, because it's just ancient history, man. Seemingly because you view those people as evil. I definitely don't see Chris as evil. Shapiro, I don't see him as any more evil than you or me. Like I said yesterday, he likes Stalin and Hitler. You go, no big deal. Yeah. Because we live in the present day reality. Stalin and Hitler are gone. Someone uses the word equity and you blow a gasket calling them a communist, because those are communist words. Marxists, socialists that are laughing out loud. Yeah, because you're talking about present day stuff. They're pushing equity today. Nobody's pushing Stalin or Hitler today. Nobody in the government. Nobody in the mainstream. You've said Italians aren't normal whites. He's an Italian Mexican. He's also Irish. Nothing about him is normal. That's why he has that shamelessness. That's why he has that big mouth, and that's why he's entertaining. But I guess that's white enough to be president, in your opinion? He was born in America to Americans. His parents are American. He's American. I mean, we did what we did, and we let them in generations ago. One of the good ones bound to pop up eventually. Black people aren't going anywhere, says Popcorn out of nowhere for some odd reason. Like, black people love Nick Fuentes. What are you talking about? White people aren't going anywhere. Right. Women are and should be able to vote. Oh, come on, Popcorn. You didn't have to go simp like that. Oh, Lord, Popcorn. Come on, get a hold of yourself. The South lost the Civil War. Yeah, and you know what? I'm with Daniel from Texas. What's done is done. There is no woulda, shoulda, coulda. There is no the wrong people won or lost in World War II. There is no the wrong people won or lost in the Civil War. There's evil on many sides. Evil is always among the winners and the losers. There was evil people in Trump's administration the first time, and there's evil people in Trump's administration the second time, and there's evil Trump supporters. And then, of course, all the rest of the people are evil, because how can you be against Trump and not be evil? He and his ilk, you're talking about Fuentes, I presume, talking about times long past or what it would be like if any of the above weren't true is pointless, in my opinion. I'm with you. Just fantasy for people to latch on to. Yeah, it's total loser talk. But you may not be familiar with him. He has groypers, he says, in TPUSA. Probably to this day. And they are joining into the government and everything. It's inevitable. America first is inevitable. Or else we're done. And I tend to think we're done, but it might be inevitable, man. And the reason I say it might be inevitable is because he's playing this pretty well. like he just reminds me of Trump. Trump played it pretty well, meaning he living out his life right over the past 10 years. Trump. And so too, Nick seems to be, you know, maybe some things that I wouldn't do. Attacking people who are attacking him and getting into bigger fights. But I don't know, he's a Zoomer and he's, look at it. Look at him. What can you say? Nice. So thank you. Very interesting, man. All this overreaction. Okay, let's find out. No, I don't have time. I was going to ask Grok. Let me just do this real quick. Are there any transcripts to Rumble shows or other podcasts in which Nick Fuentes explains why he likes Stalin, like on his podcasts or anything, ? Please, just a few lines. Probably Grok is not really good. I disclaim it. Yes, he's discussed his admiration. I'm asking why, Grok. He doesn't really say. He doesn't explain it. America First podcast, August 2025, explains his fascination. While his methods were controversial, at the end of the day, what he did worked. It worked. All right. Transformation of Russia into a superpower and an anti-degeneracy policies, okay? So he was a good kind of communist. Although he was murderous, maybe. They say, right? Didn't he kill a bunch of people? That's not right. I don't think. Reddit thread from his show where he praises the Stalin's anti-globalist stance in purges, aligning it with his America First views. Stalin stopped the rot before it spread. All right. Nice. Clips from cozy.tv./rumble streams echo these things. You can nice. Well, thank you. There, far left Rhino Grok. There you go. On NJF, short for Nick J. Fuentes, and Stalin. Anyway. Oh, what's up, guys? You guys over here? CSAL. God will always bless Israel. Isn't that nice? Israel flag emoji. Floating pink hearts emoji. Strong white Latina arm emoji. Says CSAL. Isn't that cute? Eat your heart out, libs. And then, anti-Israel people. Whatever. Oh, let me solidify the problem here, if you don't mind. Wowie zowie. CSAL Israel. Okay. Scott Adams posted this. Found the problem. Young women, the story of tonight, November 4th, the vote 2 nights ago. By the way, tonight, Men's Forum. Young women are the story of tonight. 81% for Mamdani. 80% for Sherrill in New Jersey. 78% for Spamberger in Virginia, per NBC's exit polls. Found the problem. 4 out of 5 women are not based in terms of their voting in New York City, in New Jersey, and in Virginia. Mountain Mama. All right, so there you have it. There you have it. Whew. Women voting. There you go, popcorn. Do you vote like a girl? I have 20 minutes to go, okay? So I would like to get to Alex in Texas and just kind of plow through your guys' calls. Make your most salient point, Alex in Texas, right away if you can, sir. Go ahead. Or question.
Yeah, I got you, Hake.
Thanks, man.
I was wondering if you could speak on George Washington's farewell address and then also libertarianism. I can dip out if you don't have the time, but I do want to hear your thoughts on it.
So, Washington warned against the foreign entanglements and against disunity, right? In his farewell address. I just looked it up on Grok. I don't know if you saw that. I haven't really.
I'm not watching.
No worries. I haven't researched it extensively at all, but I've heard a little bit about it before.
Dang, man.
So I'll have to.
Okay, well, please read it for the good of humanity.
Right on, man. Thank you for the tip.
I'll give you a hint about it though. They Washington speaks on like not getting involved in the parties.
In the political parties, the two-party system and factions. Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, but there's more. I can't like just
spill
the whole sauce of his speech, like his letter, and then also on libertarianism, whatever you got to say on this stuff.
Libertarians are cool because libertarians turn into radical whites. I'm being a little bit facetious, but it's kind of true. Nick Fuentes was kind of like a libertarian. That was all there was around then. Chris Cantwell, he was a libertarian until the Trayvon Martin thing radicalized him. The overreaction to the guy who had the Skittles. So it's more like lawbertarianism. It's a joke, I say, but it would work if we had a white society as opposed to a diverse society. I'm serious about that. And I might be wrong, but it would work better.
Dude, that's so funny. It would work better if it was a bunch of white people.
Right. Well, basically, any system would work better if it were just a society that were more cohesive and of one civilization mindset and culture. I think.
Dude,
but that's not reality,
I swear, you guys crack. You guys are too funny.
It's good to hear from you, man. It sounds like I have some homework to do. I appreciate it.
Yeah, read the farewell address, and then it'd be really cool to hear you guys talk about it, and maybe even hear Jesse talk about it. That would be.
In short, what do you think of libertarianism?
I think it's dumb. Like, I think the parties are dumb, but I'm like an American, not really like a party person.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk again, man.
Heck yeah. All right. Good luck, bro.
Thank you, sir. And thanks for the support. Take care. And let's get to Stephen, Maryland. What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey.
I don't know what to do. Hey, I don't know what to do.
What's that? Why is that?
I'm a MAGA man now since all my family gone, right? I'm a MAGA man. Instead of Alpha, I'm a MAGA.
You're Omega now instead of Alpha.
Yeah, I'm a MAGA. Yeah.
All your family's gone, huh?
Yeah, everybody. So I'm a MAGA now.
Why I thought your son just came and visited.
He did. What they got to do? He's not in my house anymore.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, everybody's gone.
Nice.
So, and then I found out last night, I got a Muslim on my left. I got a narcissist, egotistical maniac on my right.
You're talking about your literal neighbors, your next door neighbors?
No, I'm talking about political top people.
Oh. Are you talking about Trump being an egomaniac or me?
No, Trump. He's not political.
Oh, okay. So Trump is a narcissist egomaniac on your right?
Yeah, he's on the right.
And Who's the Muslim on your the Muslim on your left? Who's the Muslim on your left? Mamdani?
Yeah, him. Him. You said the Muslims are taking over, right?
Yeah. No, that was a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a different Muslim in New York said Muslims are gotta spread Islam across the world. Everybody needs to be Muslim. That was not Mamdani who said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, politically, he's on the left.
He's definitely on the left, off the deep end.
And then I got all the bigots on top, on the roof.
Bigots on the roof? What's that mean?
Bigots on the roof.
What does that mean?
The racists like HADEN, the truck driver, and you got...
Who's the truck driver? Josh in Georgia?
No, HADEN.
HADEN's not a truck driver?
The 26-year-old from Texas.
Is he 26? But he's not a truck driver that I know of.
But he said he was a truck driver.
Maybe.
And he had his own home.
So anyway, why do you call that on your roof?
Because that's the top.
So Hayden is on the top? He's on top of the world?
Yeah.
He's on top of your house?
On top of the world, on top of my house, my building, me.
I don't follow.
Yeah.
But
anyway, and inside the house, I got all the C words, like Ricky and William too, and even Art. How did Art have an accent like that? His accent is completely different from Ronnie, and in the same state.
Ronnie is from the classroom. Art is from the streets.
He's not from the streets. I never talk like that. I'm from the streets.
I know, but you're from the streets from the 1920s, whereas
I wasn't here in the 20s.
I know, I'm kidding around, but meaning like you're kind of old timer streets, but Art's from the streets of the 90s and 80s.
No, he's from the Mississippi Bayou or Alabama, somewhere down there.
You may be right.
He sounds like Jeffro. You know Jeffro, the Beverly Hillbillies?
I didn't watch it much, but okay.
Yeah, but he sounds just like him. Every third word,
Oh, yeah, right. That's a habit. Yeah. That's a habit. That part is not streets. That's like a nervous habit, I think.
No, it's not.
You don't think it's a nervous habit?
No. They're thinking when they say,
Well, obviously he's thinking when he says, but a disciplined mind that's paying attention gets better at not using filler words.
Okay.
So, like, I'm not supposed to say anyway too much. I wonder how I've done. Or laugh too much. I wonder how I've done.
That's all I got, because I got to go.
Good to hear from you, sir. I appreciate you.
My main thing was talking about the 40s and the 50s, how well we were living. But that would take too long. So I just settled for that. With that, I'm gone. Hake, you have a nice day.
Thanks, man. Take care. You
as
well.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, my goodness. I got to get to William the Third out of California, sir. Thanks for calling, man. It's been a while.
What's up, man? I hung up on you yesterday, man. You never called my name out.
Oh, yeah. But I remembered, like, that's a priority caller. I just remembered. Go ahead.
You were stuck yesterday, so I just left, man.
Oh, I was stuck with Ronnie you're talking about, or what?
And this dude that just got off the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Air traffic
Steven?
controller, really? Okay, check this out. Do you think he can land a paper airplane without it flipping upside down? Does that guy sound like a... Here's the deal. You're so black.
Who, me?
Steven.
Oh,
and I hope he's still listening. I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
You're so black. Why didn't you just work for a black airline?
Wow. Do they have one?
They had them.
Really?
Yeah, James.
I am so ignorant.
I don't know if they're still around. Wheeler Airlines. I forgot the guy's first name. Wheeler Airlines. They had black stewardesses and black pilots. And
wow. Who knew?
You knew, huh? I think they came around in '68, and they may not be around anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they had them.
Nice.
I didn't even work for them.
It's a fair question, man.
Yeah.
I would never do. Go ahead.
You never knew that. You look into it another time. But what I called about was, do you know how many people it takes to run public transportation, trains and buses.
One each vehicle, right? Or a little bit more if it's a longer train?
No.
Oh, it takes a whole team, huh?
A big crew to run a city bus system, along with trains and streetcars.
Well, you got to have mechanics and all kinds of stuff, huh?
Maintenance, yeah, you have to have a lot of people and everything. So how long do you think this New York system is going to last with no fare?
Oh, not long.
And paying, and who's going to pay these drivers? And then they're going to, he's going to shred the police department. Those places, those subways are going to get dangerous.
I heard he's not going to hire any new cops. That's insane.
That's right.
More cops means more safety for the criminals, because if you have more on hand to apprehend the guy, then they can't get so squirrely that they're a danger, and so nobody needs to pull their gun, for example. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's common sense, right?
Yep.
Okay, and 41% of the taxes, 41% of the taxes in New York City is paid by the billionaires, millionaires, corporations, and businesses. I don't think this guy is your competition. Larry Elder was talking about this last night, that they're getting ready to go to Florida and Texas. So you've just chased out your revenue that runs the place. And you just had somebody on the phone that said this guy's going to clean up New York. Now, let's look at how a city-owned grocery store looks. You got your cereal box with Tony the Tiger on the front, with the stories on the back for the kid.
Yeah.
The city-owned.
No, it's just. I think the thing is, Alex hasn't kept up with it. He doesn't. He just doesn't know.
Wait a minute. This city-owned store. I want you to imagine how this is going to look. It's going to have a big white box and it's just going to have black letters saying flakes. It's not going to be, it's not going to be, you know what I mean? It's
I totally
not going to be something that you would want. So I think that he got him. He's a good actor, and he's very dramatic, and, he's young and energetic and everything. And you already know, when they say free, what do?
They vote for him. Indeed, man.
Right. And the last thing, the wall is being built in record pace. And
nice.
For my boy Art, there's actually is quite a people getting deported and everything. And don't worry, Art, Trump is just not biting on $1.5 trillion worth of food stamps for 42 million people.
That's cool.
I don't know how 42 million people got on welfare, but Ronnie, what are you doing talking about economics with Ronnie?
Yeah, you know what? It was so ridiculous because nobody thinks that Obama was good for the economy. Nobody normal other than like Joe and Ronnie, and that's it.
Wait a minute. If his economy was so good, Ronnie, why did Trump's economy outdo it by 10 times?
Yeah, in short order too. They're like, oh, he inherited it from Obama. No,
very fast.
He deregulated, and that deregulation was more important than cutting taxes. Actually,
but it's coming along, Art. It's going to be okay, man. Just give him, because Trump didn't shut this government down.
Yeah,
it was them. He just said, "I'm not biting on that. I'm not giving you $1.5 trillion for food stamps
or health care mess or health insurance, Obamacare
and health insurance, food stamps for illegals and people 17 to 30. Was that 17 to 64? He's just not going to do it if you're healthy. I mean, I don't think the disability people and elderly are going to get touched.
Nice.
And maybe the young mothers, maybe they might not get touched, but it's not going to be a 30-year plan. It's not going to be, it's called help, not a helmet for life.
William, I gotta cut things short, sir. It's good to hear from you. Thank you, sir. All right.
Take care, brother.
All right. A few super chats that have come in just now. Taylor says, rest in peace, Dick Cheney. Such a kind man. Definitely didn't start any wars or anything. Do I detect a little bit of sarcasm in that well wishes for his eternal soul? Thank you, Taylor. Gregatron asks, what happened to your old thumbnails? ? I got lazy and trifling And one time I had to go to the dentist, and I'm like, let me just screenshot an okay picture from the actual show and just upload that as the thumbnail. And the practice stuck ever since like August. And so that's what I've been doing. How's it working? Is it okay? Or shall I go back and show pictures from the show behind the cutout of me, which was fun. I liked doing it. It took a touch bit of extra time, and I'm trying to save time and be efficient and do more bond work, you know? So that's what happened, though. Thank you for your question. And you pricked my conscience, so maybe I'll try. Neo, I never acknowledge Neo, oftentimes, quite commonly, raiding the stream over on pilled.net, gifted the shades. Thank you, Neo, Neyyo. Happy Thursday, Hake. Happy Thursday to you as well, Neo. So thank you kindly. Let me just double check over on, I'm not going to show these things, but Cesar or Caesar, Eric, and C-Bill, and another from Eric, more coffees. So I'll read these as well. Eric states, not all, but most women who become whores break the man's spirit because she's his god. Yeah, so terrible. We talked about that on Punchie TV. The men get whipped. Carrot in front of the horse. He lacks incentive and direction to run. And then yin and yang, the two whales kind of going over each other. It's like an old surfer symbol. Women becoming degenerate creates weak men. When virtuous women don't exist, society falls into degeneracy. It's not the microplastics. It's not the video games. It's not the Mountain Dew. It's not the porn. It's the women. Nick Fuentes. Nice. Thank you, Eric. And It's the Women is quoting Nick Fuentes. Yeah, that was a great line in the Tucker and Nick Fuentes interview. Cesar Caesar, 3 coffees. Sup, Hake, just sending some support today. Have a good day, peoples. C-Bill says, people need to stop blaming Trump for the party's issues. Trump is not God. Hello? We have a weak Republican Party, no backbone. We better appreciate Trump while he's in office. Why isn't the churches pushing back on the Islamic aggression? Double question mark. Interesting. Thank you, C-Bill. Eric, 5 coffees. Nick Fuentes is a fan of great figures in history. He's not justifying their behavior. He's extracting the characteristics of what made these men so influential, strategic, quote-unquote, brilliant. He's saying there's a lot to learn from them despite the results of their behavior. Great point, Eric, with your 5 coffees. Thank you, sir. That's cool. I like that. A sensible man. Eric there. Eric over there. All right, so I am running out of time, everyone. And alas, here, let me start to take my leave. Rigo, a first-time caller in Arizona, he wanted to ask or share thoughts on forgiving. I cannot get to you, Rigo. Garrett in New Hampshire, I wanted to get to you on the Mamdani and the biblical question. Call into JLP tomorrow or Hake tomorrow or whenever you can. Anthony in SoCal on Obama and Muslims. Peace in the Middle East. I cannot get to y'all. And the rest of the super chatters, if I'm missing you, I got to get out of here. American Anchor Baby coming up next. Men's Forum tonight, guys. Rebuildingtheman.com/events. Bye.